I can't believe these guys. They left me. Stranded. They think they are funny. Ha ha ha. After all the pillage we did together, I miss my ship. I miss my parrot. Earth and Puff. All I really wanted was to have some fun and go to sweet speeches tonight. I could have told those speeches that piracy is a viable career, pretty much like being a lawyer. Gee, hey, I will be there at 7 p.m. that way. No, that way. Oops, I am lost. I want my mommy. I hope these guys take me in. Sweet speeches today at 7 p.m. at the Spring Theater. Do you guys need a guide?
Everybody to please turn off their cell phones and... sorry, it's the boys. Hello?
Guys, this is busy. I can't do this right now. I'll call you back in a minute, okay? Watch.
Anyways, please turn your cell phones off. It's very disrupting and kind of rude, so... Thank you.
Now let's start the show. First we have Jacob Taylor.
Okay, so the song is dedicated to my ex. We are never, ever getting back together. Ever. Ever. I'm sorry. Like you on television, I might actually watch television. That's why my answer to you is yes. Thanks. Now get out of my sight.
Next we have a partnership, Elena Russell and Stephanie Gordon.
We are Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese, if you don't please. Break it down, girl. Open Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam Style.
Ladies, I only understood 95% of what you were saying, but from what I got, it was amazing. It's a yes.
All right, we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, presented by Autumn Moss Strong and Darby Underdown.
Betsy, it's all we need to say.
Our next contestant is Rose Garrett with a more traditional song.
I will be singing an original opera.
going to have to be a no.
Oh, yeah! Our next performer tonight is Emma Wampler.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the
No,
best.
stop. That is absolutely horrible. How could you even have the nerve to come up here and sing on my stage like that? It's an absolute no. Get out of my sight. I won't even remember you in the next 15 minutes.
Next, let's welcome to the stage Sonia Hobble.
I'm like 8'4", blonde hair to the floor. You shouting, never thought I'd be up here rapping hardcore. No, I ain't got a gun, and I've never been to a club. Still live with my parents, but I'm still southern, so gangster. You can find me baking cookies at night. You out clubbing? Well, I just made some harmless delight. What? I did sweaters, yo. What? Don't test me, yo.
Wonderful.
We're going to take another quick commercial break, presented by Leo McGeehan and Lily Trigg.
Today's top product of the day is the proposal pillow. This is what happens when you don't propose with a proposal pillow. Will you marry me? Oh, very tough love indeed. Now this is what happens when you do propose with a proposal pillow. Will you marry me again? Very efficient. Now, this is a $20 value, but you can get it right now for $59.99. But wait, if you call within 10 minutes or so, we'll cut your pillow in half. So call 1-800, this is a scam. Remember that, 1-800, this is a scam.
Our next contestant tonight is Cheyenne Fogarty.
Peanuts. Watermelon. Spider. Airplanes. T-Rex. Moo.
That was so informational. I felt every word you were saying. Can you please repeat that last word? Oh my gosh, it's a yes to me.
But wait, we now interrupt this broadcast with a very much more important broadcast. Sweet speeches. Enjoy the show.
Look, there's people! Whoa, she's right! States the obvious, girl. Performed by Wednesday Campos.
Breaking headline news. The bank is being robbed. Currently, there are 3 hostages being held, tied up in rope, mouths duct taped shut, and guns pointed at their heads, and all against their will. The police are on standby, waiting for demand Where is that, Larry? Thank you, Chief. Remember, I'm Ruby Sanchez, and even though you heard it first on CNN, I tell it better, because I am pretty. John Mayer once sang, "Fathers, be good to your daughters. Daughters will love like you do." Well, my father's love consists of saying I'm a monkey. But thankfully, this isn't about me. This is about the father-daughter relationship, or lack of it, in States the Obvious Girl by James Sweeney. Hey, there's something in the sky. Is it a bird? No, it's me, Remarkable Man. Fear not, local citizens, for I will conquer this fiendish foe using my remarkable powers with the help of my sidekick, States the Obvious Girl.
Well, we're related.
Here's the game plan. I'm going to use my laser beams to penetrate the back entrance. Then we'll deactivate the security system and turn off the lights, so the bad guy won't know what's coming.
Can't we use the front door?
No, that would be too simple, and I'm Remarkable Man. Nothing is simple.
Men are complicated. Look! A hostage! He's tied up so he can't move.
That's right. Good job. Now, where's the bad guy?
Well, we could ask the hostages, but they have duct tape on their mouths, so they can't speak.
Very clever. Your doctor is almost as clever as you, Remarkable Man.
Look! A bad guy!
That's not a bad guy. It can't be. She's a woman.
Women are female.
What's the matter, Remarkable Man? Haven't you ever fought a real bad guy before?
Yes, he has.
That was a rhetorical question, sweet cheeks. My name is Kitty Thorne, but you can call me the ambiguous one.
Well, where'd you get that name from?
From someone I know. Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I have to leave.
Where are you going?
Somewhere. Don't follow me, or else.
Or else what?
Or else something bad will happen.
Look, Daddy! A bomb! If you go after a ambiguous woman, you won't be able to defuse the bomb, and the hostages will die. That's probably what she meant when she said something bad would happen.
Good job. I better defuse that bomb.
What are you waiting for?
There's still 10 seconds left. A good superhero always waits until there's only 1 second left to defuse the bomb.
Because it's dramatic.
That's right.
You defused the bomb and saved our lives.
But the bad guy got away.
You'll get him next time, Daddy. You always do. Hey, Daddy! I just saved the kitten from a tree.
Good job.
And I helped an old lady across the street.
Good job.
And I got an A on my history report. The Louisiana Purchase cost money.
Good job.
Don't you have anything else to say?
No, but I have to log on to my Hotmail account. It just got upgraded to 10 gigabytes. Now I have room for spam mail. Some of them make me LOL. Laugh out loud.
Can I help?
No. Invite a friend over. Have some fun.
Superheroes don't need friends. You don't have any friends. And I want to be just like you.
You're just my sidekick. You're allowed to have friends.
Does that mean I'm not a superhero?
I'm sure you're super to some people.
But am I super to you?
You asked a lot of questions, kid. I'll see you later. Go have some fun.
Ring, ring. The phone is ringing. Hello? No, Remarkable Man isn't here at the moment. here, sweet cheeks. Hey, that sounds like something ambiguous women would say. You look like ambiguous women too. I think you are an ambiguous woman. Maybe. So, where's the danger? The danger is right here. That's a plot twist. I'm going to hold you hostage and use you as bait. And when remarkable man comes, well, let's just say this will make headlines. Now I'm going to call your father, so don't make a sound. Hello, operator? Please connect me to remarkable man. Yes, I'll hold. Remarkable man, meet me on 3rd Street if you ever want your daughter again. That was ambiguous. Thank you. No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to your daughter. Yes, she's still alive. For now. Bring all of your money and come along, or your daughter gets it. Hey, I don't want to get it. I don't want my daddy to get it either. You're gonna get it. You think you can take me down? You're older and bigger, but I'm the protagonist. And protagonists always win. Except for tragedies. But this is a comedy. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a tragedy disguised as a comedy to humiliate the darker resolution that no matter how hard we try, we cannot attain our goals. Maybe our having superpowers is really a metaphorical representation that we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. And when expectations are set too high, even saving the world isn't enough to gain respect from the ones we love. From the ones we most want the respect to come from, but who never give it to us. Maybe. That was multifaceted and confusing. Let's start punching each other to distract us from thoughts of inaptitude. I've overcome you, ambiguous woman, the antagonist, for this is a comedy, not a tragedy. Look, the jeep is driving just in the nick of time. You think I'm the antagonist you wish to overcome, but I'm not. Then who is? Somebody that you know. I choose to ignore your psychological poison. The protagonist has obviously won.
You are absolutely remarkable, Stacy Cosby's girl. Ambiguous woman had plans to set the world on fire, but she needed remarkable man out of the way. But thanks to you, your father's safe, and so is the rest of town city. My hat's to you, but not really, because I'm balding and I'm embarrassed to remove my hat in public. You saved the world.
Look, Daddy, you'll never believe what happened.
Yes, I will. I just saw it on CNN and then again from Ruby Sanchez because she's pretty and tells the story better.
But don't you want to hear my story?
Shoot, kid.
Well, I got this mysterious call signaling for help, so I dashed over to assist, but it was an ambiguous woman in disguise. She was planning to use me as a trap to lure you in and set the world on fire. But I unraveled her sinister plan. And now she's in jail, and now she can't hurt anyone, and I was interviewed on TV, and the chief awarded me the Medal of Honor, and I was nominated for Superhero of the Month. And I saved the world. Well, what do you think?
Good job.
Is it ever enough?
Nice job.
Who's the fairest of them all?
When it comes to matters of beauty and fair, false Snow White I do not care. For Autumn and Darby's beauty is thrice, plus they are cool as ice. And for the performance in this play, I could sit and watch all day. That is why, if I have to choose, old Snow White will always lose.
Snow White and the Little Man.
Once upon a time, so very long ago, a queen sat at her window working on her embroidery. And as she worked, gazing at times out the window at the snow, she pricked her finger.
Ouch!
And then she said,
I think I'm going to faint.
and she did. Now, we all know that if she hadn't fainted then and there, she would have wished for a daughter.
Oh, that I had a child as white as snow, lips as red as blood is red, and hair as black as the black of night.
That is what she would have said if she hadn't fainted. Now, not long after she didn't say that, she had a daughter.
I think I shall name her Rumpelstiltskin.
But she didn't, because when the baby was born, the queen died. Now, I will call her Snow White so we can get on with the story. You've probably all heard the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
But we have a twist for you.
Now, if you have a little brother, you've probably heard him say, "Oh my gosh, princesses are so stupid."
Well, our princess really is stupid.
Snow White and the Little Men by William J. Springer. After the queen had been dead a year or so, the king took another wife. The only problem with the new queen was that she was very beautiful. Now, being beautiful all by itself isn't so bad, but she was also very proud. And pride can make the most beautiful women into the most evil of witches. Now, the new queen was so overbearing and proud that she could not bear to be surpassed in beauty by anyone. She had a magic looking glass, and she used to stand before it and say,
Meow meow with funny feet, you look like something from Trick or Treat. Answer fast and do not stall. Who is the fairest one of all?
"Stones and mace may break my faith, which words will never do. Your rhymes still stink, but anyhow, no one's as fair as you."
Now, Snow White was growing up, and as she grew, she became more and more beautiful. Now, when Snow White was 7 years old, she was, big for her age. I mean, when she was 7 years old, she was far more beautiful than the queen.
Like, thanks, dude. You're cute, too.
Beautiful, but stupid.
One day, the queen went to her magic mirror and said,
Meow meow, standing there, tell me now, who is most fair?
"When counting brains you can't compare, but as for bod, Snow White's most fair."
This gave the queen quite a shock. From that moment on, the queen's heart was turned against Snow White. She hated her.
And she didn't quite like me either.
And envy and pride, like ill weeds, grew higher in her heart every day. These ill weeds grew higher and higher and higher.
Boy, she really needs a lawnmower.
The queen could not be the fairest again until Snow White was no more.
She sent for a huntsman and said to him,
Take the child into the woods so that I don't have to look at her anymore.
Snow White overheard.
You must put her to her death and bring me her heart as a token. Oh, that's bloody disgusting.
And not very nice either.
Snow White, having overheard the conversation, knew exactly what was going on.
"I don't understand. What's going on?" "You mean they're gonna wipe me out?"
But what could he do? Just then, the wild boar came along.
There have been many times in the history of mankind when 4 swords and 76 trombones have been accompanied in the rhubarb. When the first jumble of the balloonful confrontation at 42nd Street occurred,
Now there's a boar. And so the huntsman killed the wild boar and took out its heart. I will take the boy's heart to the queen, and she will think it is yours. The huntsman watched Snow White run off into the woods. Then he took the boar's heart to the queen. Here is the heart of Snow White. Very well done.
"Thank you, Your Majesty."
No, no, no. I mean, I want it cooked. Very well done. Meanwhile, Snow White was left alone in the woods. As evening drew near, she came to a little house, and she went inside to rest. Snow White was exhausted. And I'm tired, too. And so she lay down across 7 little beds and fell asleep. Sing high, sing low, we're standing with you now. Up in the mud, we work all day, then we come home and hit up. Hey! And then the dwarfs noticed that something was wrong. There is something wrong! The first dwarf said, somebody's been sitting in my chair. The third dwarf said, somebody's been eating my porridge. The fifth dwarf said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. The seventh dwarf said, it must be Goldilocks. But it wasn't. It was Snow White. And when she awoke, she told the 7 dwarfs her sad story. So my evil stepmother, the queen, wanted to, wipe me out. So she sent her a huntsman to, wipe me out. But he didn't want to, wipe me out. So when we got to the woods, he let me go free and didn't, wipe you out. Meanwhile, back at the castle, the queen, having just eaten what she thought was Snow White's heart, went to her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror, I've done my part. I have eaten Snow White's heart. Now I ask you standing there, am I not the one most fair? What you gave was not Snow White. She's still alive, she's still all right, living in a woodsy glen, in a hut with 7 men. Though thou art a beauty rare, next to her, your figure's square. The queen flew into a rage. Rage! 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 She decided she had to take care of Snow White herself. She disguised herself as an old peddler woman and prepared a poisoned apple which she took to the hut in the glen. Hello? Good day, little girl. I'm a poor old woman peddling my poison. I make my poor old apples. Don't these apples look delicious? Yeah, and they look like they would taste good, too. Won't you buy some from me? Okay, I'll take a dozen. To make a pie. Wouldn't you like to make an open-faced apple pie? Sure, but do you have any open-faced apples? No, but here's one to shut your mouth. The wicked queen hurried away just as the 7 dwarfs returned from the mine. Sing high, sing low, we're singing it as we go. We're coming home, all it's delight to visit with our dear Snow White. Take it away, no. But Snow White couldn't take it away because she was busy, being dead, and not very alive either. And when the dwarfs saw that she had dropped down dead, they cried, and the prince arrived. Ta-da! And he kissed Snow White. And Snow White awoke. Awoke? Awoke? Awoke. And the dwarfs cheered. Rah-rah, Pizza-Vago, Prince! Now, back at the castle, the queen said to her magic mirror, 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 I would like to say that I killed Snow White today. She ate from the poisoned fruit, thus I gave her charm to the boot. Now no competition she, so fair as must be made. Sorry, Queenie, you still fail. Though you left Snow dead and pale, she has lust that can't be beat. She is now back on her feet. Her great beauty never died. She shall be the prince's bride. Now that I've done my bit, I must say so long. I quit. The queen had to be sure that what the mirror had said was true, so she went to the wedding. We now pronounce you Princess Snow! Oh dear, weddings always make me hungry. The wicked queen ate one of the apples. She forgot they were poisoned. Oops! She fell down dead, and she remained that way, because that's how the cookie crumbles and how the story ends. The end.
Dang! You guys must have been working out. There is some physical evidence.
Physical Evidence by Kelly Gray Carlisle.
Report by Alexis Rousseau.
When I was a little girl, I wanted to know everything about my mother, Michelle. What did she look like? What was her favorite color? Was she pretty? My grandfather could never answer these questions. He always hemmed and hawed and changed the subject. I lived with my grandparents because I was told when I was 3 weeks old that my parents were killed in a car accident. But I was also told that my grandmother's family was half Hawaiian, and that made me special. And that my grandfather was of British descent of the Earl Grey tea estate, and that made me special too. I had blue blood and Hawaiian blood, and one day I would grow to be the most beautiful girl in the world. And who knows, maybe I'd even become a princess. Sometimes, I still let myself believe in those things. The truth, however, is that on November 28, 1976, my mother, Michelle Gray, was beaten and strangled. Her body left by the law in the downtown Los Angeles headquarters. And her death didn't even make the paper. We all know that there's no love like the love between a mother and her child. In physical evidence, we recognize that there's more to motherhood than just being a caregiver. Physical Evidence by Kelly Gray Carlisle. For my 8th birthday, my grandma gave me a picture of my mom. When I first unwrapped it, I didn't understand. Who's this? I asked her. It's Michelle, she said. It was the first time I had ever seen my mother as an adult. She had long brown hair and eyebrows like mine. She wore a half smile that said, I don't really want my picture taken. I knew because I smile like that too. One night when I was 11, my grandfather and I were sitting at our dining room table, our empty plates and glasses still before us. He and I were alone, and I'm not sure what we were talking about or how we got to it, but suddenly, there it was, the truth, sitting between us like this hard, round stone. Your mother was murdered, he said. He told me that one night after I was born. My mother left me with some friends at Wilcox Avenue. Before she left, she laid me in a dresser drawer, nestled me in between some jeans, socks, and tucked my blanket around me. Her body was found the next day. Except for that one night, my grandfather never spoke of my mother's death again. But I like to think that she kissed me before she went out in the night. I like to think that she loved me, wanted me, and most of all, I like to think that I made her happy. When I was 12, I decided that I had to find out for myself. So I snuck into my grandfather's office late one night, flipping through documents, paging through folders, terrified that he might catch me. I found my birth certificate and my mom's. And then I found her death certificate. Purple ink on a shiny paper with cause of death listed as manual strangulation in thick, bold caps. Her death certificate says that she was found at 8:10 in the morning. And so I always like to picture her a few moments before she was found. in the quiet hush of the morning that can happen even in LA. I imagine my mother's long hair like in the picture, wrapped around her like a halo. I imagine purple bruises around her neck, rope burns around her wrist, her lips torn, her eyes hazel like mine, only filled with hate. But I imagined wrong. 10 years later, I decided to call the LAPD and request a copy of her file. It took 2 days for the letter to arrive, and I shake as I tear open the package. The victim is a Hollywood prostitute living with 3 companions in the Hollywood Center Motel. She told her companions that she was going next door and would return shortly. They didn't see the victim alive again. The victim was discovered by a gardener at 610 Northville Place Avenue. She was fully clothed except for her right shoe. Status: investigation continued. There was a note at the bottom of the page. If there's anything we can do for you, please let us know. Your mother's case is still open. That is the worst thing they could have told me. You see, resolution, that's a gift, but being left without answers, that's torture. A week later, she calls to tell me that she sent me available physical evidence to be tested for usable DNA. I tried to imagine my mother's physical evidence. Her clothes, I imagined jeans, a sweatshirt. Her right shoe. I keep thinking about her left shoe, the one that went missing, and I wonder what happened to it. The only thing I ever owned that was my mother's was a Bible that she had when she was a child. On the inside cover, she had written her name, Michelle Ann Gray, in big cursive blue. I used to touch that Bible, run my hands along its spine when I was lonely or sad. I lost that Bible somewhere along to adulthood, and I wished I had it back. Hardly anyone cared about my mother when she was a child, and when she died, few people took notes. The only things she left behind were a birth certificate, a death certificate, a few pictures, that Bible, and a box of ashes. The only physical evidence that she ever existed. The only physical evidence that she ever existed? You know, the irony of this whole thing is that no one thought about me. No one thought that when she died, that I was the last person she thought about. That she loved me more than she loved anyone else on this earth. That I was her biggest physical evidence. My mother's name was Michelle. She was a prostitute and addicted to drugs. But against all reason, she carried me to term. She loved me as best as she could. She died with only her murderer for companion. This is what I know of my mother. That I am her daughter, and her memory rests with me.
Oh my gosh, are those shoes for sale? No, they're mine. You need help.
Hello, I'm Dr. McKeon.
No. Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Good time. Sophie Kinsella.
A prose performed by Stephanie Gordon. Okay, don't panic. Don't panic. It's only
really a visa bill. It's a piece of paper, a few numbers. I mean, just how scary can a few numbers be, right? And I'm not stupid, am I? I know exactly how much this visa bill will be. Sort of. Roughly. It'll be about 200. 300 maybe. 350 max. Well, there was that student jigsaw. And there was that gorgeous red and yellow rug. The rug was 200, come to think of it. And I had to buy some new solutions and a cute case and some hypoallergenic eyeliner, so that takes it up to 400. Don't panic, I yell internally. The key is not to panic. Just read each entry slowly, one by one. Becky! My head jerks up and I see Claire holding this month's news list. Have you finished the paper on LOUIE'S? Nearly, I lie. I type a full stop, take a sip of coffee, and finish the page of the press release. This is what I do, by the way. I'm a journalist on that financial magazine. I'm paid to tell other people how to organize their money. Rebecca Bloomwood. Occupation, financial journalist. Hobbies, expensive shopping. These two things don't quite go hand in hand, as Becky soon finds out. Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. I stuffed the bill back into the envelope. I honestly feel as though this piece of paper has nothing to do with me. Perhaps if I carelessly let it drop down on the floor behind my computer, it will disappear. The cleaners will sweep it up, and I can claim I never got it. They can't charge me for a bill I never received, can they? Of course, being a financial journalist is not the career I always wanted. No one who writes about personal finance ever meant to do it. People will tell you they fell into it. They're lying. What they mean is they couldn't find a job writing about anything more interesting. They mean they applied for jobs at The Times and The Express and Mary Claire and Vogue and GQ, and no one ever got back to them. I still know nothing about finance. People at the bus stop know more about finance than me. School children know more than me. I've been doing this job for 3 years now, and I'm still expecting someone to catch me out. There's just one essential purchase I have to make on the way home, and that's the Financial Times. The FT is by far the best accessory a girl can have. The major advantages are, it's a nice color, it only costs 85 cents, and if you walk into a room with it tucked under your arm, people take you seriously. You can talk about the most frivolous things in the world, and instead of thinking you're an airhead, people think you're heavyweight intellectual who has broader interests, too. At my interview for Successful Savings, I went in holding copies of the Financial Times, and I didn't get asked about finances once. So I stopped at a newsstand to buy a copy of the FT when I catch my reflection in the window of Denny and George, and suddenly my eyes focus in the window, and my heart stops. In the window is a discreet sign, and it says, sale. I stare at it, and my skin's all prickly. It can't be true. Denny and George, they never have a sale. I swallow, take a couple of steps forward, then push open the door of the tiny shop. The door pings, and the nice blonde girl who works there looks up. Hi, you're having a sale? Yeah, it's unusual for us. My eyes sweep the room. I can see rows of scarves, neatly folded, with dark green 50% off signs. You'll always like this one, I think. Oh God, yes, I remember this one. As I stare at it, I can see a little invisible string silently tugging me toward it. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it's been reduced from 340 to 120. There is no question. I have to have this scarf. I have to have it. I mean, it makes my eyes look bigger. It makes my haircut look more expensive. It makes me look like a new person. And then, with a sickening thud, I remember. I left my Visa card on my desk at work. How could I have been so stupid? What was I thinking? Can you hold it for me?
back to the office, grab my Visa card, come back here and buy the stock. The train stops in the tunnel for no apparent reason. 5 minutes go by, then 10 minutes. I can't believe my bad luck. Normally, of course, I long for the train to break down, so I've got an excuse to stay out of the office for longer. But today, I behaved like a stressed businessman with an ulcer. I tap my fingers and sigh and peer out of the window into the blackness. As the train finally gets going, I sink into my seat with a dramatic sigh and look at the pale, silent man on my left. Thank God. I was getting desperate there. It's frustrating, the man agrees. They just don't think, do they? I mean, some of us have got crucial things we need to be doing. I'm in a terrible hurry. I'm in a bit of a hurry myself, says the man. If the train hadn't started moving, I don't know what I would have done. I shake my head. You feel so impotent. I know exactly what you mean. We aren't just idly traveling. It matters whether we get to where we're going or not. Absolutely. Where are you off to? My wife's in labor. Our fourth. Oh, gosh, congratulations. He gives a little shrug, then sniffles at me. How about you? What's your urgent business? I'm going to... I stop and clear my throat, feeling rather sheepish. I can't tell this man that my urgent business consists of picking up a scarf at Jenny and George. I mean, a scarf? It's not even a suit or a coat or something worthy like that. It's not important. Good luck. I really hope he gets there in time. As I walk along the pavement, I'm feeling a bit shamefaced. I should have gone over to him and given him my $120 instead of buying a pointless scarf. I mean, when you think about it, what's more important, clothing or the miracle of new life? In fact, I'm feeling quite deep and philosophical, and I almost walked past my turn. The blonde girl looks up at me as I enter the building with a smile, and I pay for the scarf in a dazzled haze. That moment. What's it like? It's like going hungry for days and cramming your mouth full of warm buttered toast. It's like waking up and realizing it's the weekend. It's like the better moments of a kiss. Everything else is blocked out of your mind. It's pure, selfish pleasure.
It is now intermission.
Go out and eat cookies.
And refreshments.
Hurry right back.
Excuse me. What she's trying to say is,
Losing your voice.
an after-dinner speech, written and performed by those Garrett. Silence is golden, but duct tape is silver. Hey, silver would be just fine for me if I could use on some people. Don't worry, Ted, I'm not going to mention any names. A person in the Bible once said, a fool who keeps his mouth shut is considered wise. Ted, you should really be taking some notes here. Have any of you guys ever lost your voice? Well, I have. Have any of you guys ever lost it multiple days in a row? Well, I have too. It stinks. It all happened right before the first tournament. Suddenly, I just lost my voice, and by the end of the tournament, I could barely talk at all.
Have any of you guys ever heard of The Little Mermaid? Well, Ariel, she has really red hair, and oh yeah, she has a tail instead of legs. Well, Ariel falls in love with a prince that she sees on the shore. She goes and sees the sea with Ursula, and she trades her voice for a pair of legs so that she can go and meet the prince. The only thing more drastic than that would probably be to have to echo someone for the rest of your life. The story that I'm thinking of is Echo from Greek mythology. Echo was a forest nymph who helped Zeus with one of his evil plans. As punishment, Hera took away her voice, except she was allowed. She had to repeat everything that the person next to her said. Could you imagine? That would be terrible. When I was little, I used to watch Hannah Montana. I know, it's embarrassing. But in the age of wanting to be a rock star, that show was pretty awesome. In one of the episodes, Miley/Hannah loses her voice before a big concert. The doctor says that she has to have throat surgery and might not be able to talk again. Could you imagine? That would be the most horrible words I've ever heard in my life. A few nights ago, I had an awful dream. No one talked for an entire day. It was the worst dream of my life. All the police work was chaos because the detectives couldn't tell if their suspects were lying. So I raised my cup of tea to anyone who's ever lost their voice.
Siri, what is the meaning of life? Oh. Sweetie, what are you doing? Mom, it's the iPhone 19. Technology. A poetry written, performed by cursive.
Technology is always advancing, enhancing. Sorry about that. I still have a few bugs to work out. As I was saying, technology can do the most impressive things. It can see you, it can hear you, it can even hold a conversation with you. Some will even say we have a life all our own. My first poem this evening, Remember When, by James Huggins, shows how far technology can go even within one person's lifetime. Remember when a computer was something on TV from a sci-fi show of note? A window was something you hated to clean, and RAM was the cousin of goat? Meg was the name of my girlfriend, and gig was a job for the nights. Now they all mean different things, and that really megabytes. Memory was something you lost with age. A CD was a bank account, and if you had a 3.5 inch floppy, you hoped no one found out. Compressed was something you did to the garbage, not something you did to a file. And if you unzipped anything in public, you'd be in jail for quite a while. Cut you did with a pocket knife, haste you did glue. A web was a spider's home, and a virus was the flu. Thank you for the laughs. I will be here all night, but not by choice. Ha, 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 ha. My next poem, The Song of Steel by Charles Buxton Going, shows just how long mankind has been dependent on technology. Art thou then king? And did I make thee lord? Cloth thee in the mail, and gird thee with the sword? Give thee the plow, the axe, the whirring wheel, to every subtle craft its tools of steel? Look! We've slain the forest, thou and I, soiled the bright streams, and murked the very skies, crushed the glad hills, and shocked the quiet stars, with roaring factories and clanging cars. Thou builder of machines who dost not see, that which thou was maddest to drive is driving thee, ravening, tireless, pitless its strain, for thy last ounce of work from hand and brain. Are thy sons princes? Hard-wrung serfs. They give toil's utmost dregs for the bare chance to live. They dig and delve and strive with sweat-cursed brow and forge and shop. Master? Nay, thrall art thou. Fool, serving, I have slaved thee, master. Fool, to forge the sword, nor know the sword should rule. To make the engine blind that it must lead fast, and yet faster on this race of greed. I, Steel, am king, thy king in more than name. Lo and behold, I am crowned and throned in flame, holding thee slave by lust of thy desire, calling thy firstborn to me through the fire. My third poem this evening, The Engine by Ella Wilcox, shows how even primitive technology could be thought of having a life all its own. Into the gloom of the deep, dark night, with a panting breath and a startling scream, swift as a bird's sudden flight, darts this creature of steel and steam. Awful dangers are lurking nigh. Rocks and chasms are near the track, but straight by the light of its great white eye, it speeds through the shadows, dense and black. Terrible thoughts and fierce desires trouble its mad heart many an hour, where burn and smolder the hidden fires, coupled ever with might and power. It hates, as a wild horse hates the rain, the narrow track by vale and hill, and shrieks with a cry of startled pain, and longs to follow its own wild will. My last poem this evening, The Secret of Machines by Rudyard Kipling, shows that technology does in fact have a life all its own. We are born, we go through the pain of puberty, but our fates are far different than yours. We were taken from the orbit and the mind. We were melted in the furnace and the pit. We were cast and wrought and hammered to design. We were cut and filed and tooled and gauged to fit. Some water, coal, and oil is all we ask. 1/1000th of an inch to give us play. And now, if you will set us to our task, we will serve you 4 and 20 hours a day. We can pull and haul and push and lift and dive. We can print and plow and weed and heat and light. We can run and race and swim, fly and dive. We can sing, count, hear, and rewrite. Would you call a friend from half across the world if you would let us have his name and town and state? You shall see and hear your crackling question hurled across the arc of heaven while you wait. Has he answered? Does he need you at his side? You can start this very evening if you choose and take the Western Ocean in the stride of 70,000 horses and some screws.
The boat express is waiting your command. You'll find the Maritina at the quay. But the captain turns the lever beneath his hand, and that monstrous 9-deck city goes to sea. Do you wish to make the mountains bare their head and lay their new-cut forests at your feet? Do you want to turn a river in its bed or plant a barren wilderness with wheat? Shall we pipe aloft and bring you water down from the never-failing cisterns of the snows to work the mills and tramways in your towns and irrigate the orchards as it flows? It is easy! Give us dynamite and drills. Watch the iron-shouldered rocks lay down and quake as the thirsty desert level floods and fills, and the valley we have dammed becomes a lake. But remember, please, the law by which we live. We were not built to comprehend a lie. We can neither love, nor pity, nor forgive. If you make a slip in handling us, you die. We are greater than the people or the kings. Be humble as you crawl beneath our rods. Our touch can alter all created things. We are everything on earth except the gods. Thank you.
Did you remember everything today?
Yes. I cleaned my room, finished my homework, did the dishes, donated to a children's charity, and helped an elderly lady across the street.
Wait. You're forgetting something. Did you get to close the garage door?
It's always something.
Written by Gilda Better.
Performed by Emma Waffler.
I used to follow people. You know, watch them. Listen to their conversation. So many of my characters came from that. You see, I'm a comedian. And once upon a time, I was on Saturday Night Live. And then, on October 21st, 1986, I was diagnosed with the most unfunny thing in the world. Ovarian cancer. Not even cancer could stop me from seeing the humor in life. So here's my story. One that confirms my father's favorite expression about life. It's always something. Gilda Radner, former regular on Saturday Night Live, was shocked with the news of ovarian cancer at a young age. Though she unfortunately lost her battle, she learned many important lessons along the way. Lessons that many people aren't fortunate enough to learn. She put these lessons down for the whole world to read. This is an excerpt from her book. It's Always Something by Gilda Radner. When I turn on the television, I get angry and jealous of everyone. You see, unlike most people, I see people I know on TV. People I grew up with, my whole peer group. I go to the movie theater and see coming attractions for Dan Aykroyd and Dragnet. There are no coming attractions for Gilda Radner's hair grows back. It's so hard for us little human beings to accept this deal that we get. It's really crazy, isn't it? We get to live. And then we have to die. What we put into every moment is all we have. You can drug yourself to death, or you can smoke yourself to death, or eat yourself to death, or you can do everything right and be healthy
and then get hit by a car. It's such an act of optimism to get up every day and get through a day and enjoy it and laugh and do all that without thinking about death. What spirit human beings have. A couple of years before I got cancer, I read a book called Disturbances in the Field. I told Jean about it because it was one of the more horrifying, intelligent books I've ever read. It was about a woman my age. She remembers that when she was a little girl, her parents had a house on the beach in Long Island. They'd go down to the beach. There were always lots of people there. And everyone had umbrellas that looked alike. So her father began to tie a pair of tennis shoes to one of the spokes of their umbrella, so that when she looked back, she could see right away where they were. That woman longed for a time when you could believe your parents were protecting you. The night before my first chemotherapy, I was lying in bed, and I remembered that book, thinking, please, someone protect me from this cancer. Make me feel safe again. Then Jean walked in, carrying a little pink umbrella with shoes tied to it. During the passing months, I drew on my improvisational skills and my visualizations. I imagined the chemicals as these Russian dancers, Cossack dancers with big black boots, and they'd fold their arms and stomp through my body and kick out any cancer cells they saw. During the 11 or so days between chemo, I would feel well, and life got better. I could drive, and I would enjoy shopping and meeting friends for lunch. I loved re-achieving my independence. But there was never enough leave from the war. People who go through cancer and come out of it say they wake up every morning happy and appreciate life. They smell the roses and notice everything. Even after all I have been through, there are still days when I don't notice anything. I can still drive to the store and not notice the trees because I'm thinking about something else. I still get depressed and angry. I even had the nerve to say the other day that I don't want to live anymore. Afterward, I wondered how someone who fought so hard to live could say that. But I was just blue that day. Blue because it's so hard. Someone once told me, it's not what happens in life, it's how you handle it. I am a fighter, and I started to take action. I wanted to inject my recovery, the doctors, the treatments. with the Gilda spirit, with my humor, my silliness. I know that fighting cancer is a continuing process, like controlling diabetes or any chronic disease. I have to continue to fight it. My lifestyle, my attitude, continuing to get treatments, building my immune system. I have to keep building my immune system. I have to keep fighting it and never stop. I can't ever let down and say that I'm finished. I can't be afraid of cancer. Something that I've learned the hard way is that there is always something you can do. You know, when I first got cancer, it appeared on the cover of the National Enquirer. They said, Gilda Radner in life-death struggle. And ever since then, everyone has thought I was dead. Well, I'm not dead. Having cancer doesn't have to mean you die. It may not be easy. And in some cases, death seems more desirable. But there is always something you can do.
Of your unconscious.
My unconscious? Am I going crazy?
Listen, everybody's a little bit crazy. Insane is what keeps things interesting.
Where are you going?
Well, there's no place like home, right?
A famous scientist once said
that fantasy, in my experience, is much more important than any form of abstract positive thinking. Albert Einstein.
In this piece, Bats must use fantasy to overcome the tribulations of her real life. Oz.
By Don Zaletis.
What are you doing here? Have I gone crazy?
Well, you see, you've had a life-altering traumatic experience. An unpleasant brush with mortality.
Jill!
Dear Sister Jill, a shame. Not your fault, you know.
It was my fault. I was driving.
Well, accidents happen. But your mind has slipped. Cracked, if you will. And out came was...
You...
Precisely. Now, come on.
Are we going somewhere?
My dear, we're always going somewhere. And I'd hold on to something if I were you.
Why?
Because in 5 seconds, a tornado is going to hit this house.
Huh?
In 5,
4, 3, 2.
Whoa! What's going on here? Hello? Come on, please, tell me what's going on. Toto? Toto, wait! I'm not doing this, okay? I'm not!
Doing what?
The whole tornado, the whole wicked witch thing, okay? I'm not Dorothy!
I never said you were Dorothy. The differences between you are astounding.
Take the stupid dog and take me home. Hey!
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Oh, man. Come on, Toto. What? Now I'm talking to you, too? I really must be going crazy.
Ah!
Whoa! You're the cowardly lion.
How do you know my name? Have you been following me?
No, I haven't.
I'm having a panic attack.
That's all right.
Wait for me. I'm very fierce. You'll never take me alive.
Shut up, okay? My name's Beth. I'm trapped here. I'm not going to eat you. I'm just trying to find the wizard so I can get out of here, but do you happen to know how to find him?
He's a terrifying man.
But do you know how to find him? You can't be afraid of everything. Hey, eyes up here. Most of the time, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay. I'll show you the way. Come on. Quit following me. It freaks me out.
What am I supposed to do then?
Walk in front of me.
But I don't know where I'm
Well,
going.
then we're even. Just go forward. And don't step on the flowers. And for God's sake, turn left or we're all gonna die.
You're insane. Do you know that?
Who goes there?
Scarecrow.
Am I?
Yes? I think you are. Say, do you happen to know how to get to the Wizard of Oz?
Nope. There's nothing that I don't know that I don't know. Or the other way around.
You can't know nothing.
Try me.
What color is the sky?
No idea.
What's your name?
Not the slightest clue. See, completely and totally ignorant. Life is beautiful.
How do you figure that? You know nothing.
Which is exactly why it's so wonderful for me.
What are your troubles?
No idea.
Well, are you going to come with us?
Sure. Where are we going? I don't recognize this place.
You don't recognize anything.
Oh.
Tin Man! Tin Man! Hey, Tin Man!
Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much that sucked. Would you mind oiling the rest of me?
Oh, no problem. Say, do you happen to know how to get to the Wizard of Oz?
Yes, it's that way.
Which way?
Or my arms dang it, and I'll show you. That way.
Say, if I remember the movie correctly, this is about the
Are you the girl from Carmen's?
No, I'm not.
Well, do you happen to know where she went?
Not offhand. I think she said she was going the other way. Back that way.
Oh, we're sorry for the trouble. I'm going to get that girl. And a little dog, too.
Will you bring your sister back to life? She's dead. Is getting revenge on some little girl really going to help?
What do you know about it?
Well, I know how you feel. I had a sister, too.
What do you suggest I do?
You could come with us. Oh, so we're going to see the wizard.
The wizard?
Apparently he's wonderful. All my friends here need some help, too. I mean, look at these freaks. Totally incapable of functioning in society. Come with us.
Okay, I'll go with you. Anybody want to ride in my broom? Who dares approach the great and powerful Wizard of Oz?
We're here to see the wizard.
Who dares approach the great Wizard of Oz?
Hi, my name's Beth, and I came to ask for your help.
No.
What?
I'm tired. Now get out.
you better get out here and help us, or I will expose you for the fraud you are.
All right. What do you want?
He lacks courage, the scarecrow could use a brain, and the Tin Man needs a heart.
Fine, I'll give you what you want.
And the witch?
The witch?
Yeah, she wants her sister back.
Why would I want to bring that witch back?
Hey, she wasn't that bad. Sometimes she can be a real witch. But she wasn't that bad.
My point is that maybe bad things don't have to happen to people. I mean, she was just standing there when it happened. No one should die like that.
What do you know about it?
Well, I was in the house when it happened, but it wasn't my fault.
You were driving.
Yes, but it wasn't my fault. I was looking at the road. I had my eyes on the road, but it was so dark. I could barely see anything, and it was raining really hard. And then this big truck went by, and it splashed all this water up on the windshield. And the next thing I knew, there was a big thump, and then everything was really slow. And I remember we spun around in the lane, and there was other cars coming. It was all like bumper cars, and my sister shouted something, but I don't remember what it was. And then we rolled into the ditch, and I tried to do everything I could. I did, but I remember I was bleeding, and I tried screaming, but everything was so quiet. And then I blacked out. And then they told me that she had... So, what I want from all of this is... I just want to go back home. Back where my sister was before. I mean, what's the point of having a life if it's just going to end early? I just want to go home. Can you do that? Send me back.
Great. I can't do that.
Then what's the point of all of this?
Well,
What am I supposed to do now?
I suppose you can go on living in ignorance and anger. Or you can live your life and move on, like your sister would have wanted you to.
I just want to go home. Jill. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place.
Means a lot to us here. And we'd also like to thank Jeff up there. And also we'd really like to thank Miss Howard, and because without her we couldn't do what we do. So let's give it up for Miss Howard.
You know, if you've been here before, every year I say I'd love to see more than I've ever loved to see before. And I can almost say it's true. In fact, I can say it's true. You guys are amazing. Isn't it amazing what you do? And we all want to thank you so much for coming. It means so much to us. going to Silverton, and we are competing against all the Portland schools, the big boys of speech and debate, and we are competing against 6A, 5A, 4A. We're 3A. I don't think if there's many 3A schools that have speech teams. And when we compete head-to-head. The judges have no idea what size school anyone is from. So when you see in the paper these kids have won awards, they have taken awards from 6A schools.